All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakodash. A double honors unto the elders and apostles of JMS Great Millstone, and a sincere Shalom to you, Akim, bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. And as you see, this article is from the RT, and it reads, Iran close to nuclear weapons. U.S. House Intel head says Tehran, which is the capital, could become a nuclear state by the end of the year due to U.S. President Joe Biden's failed policies. That was said by Republican Mike Turner. It says Iran could develop nuclear weapons by the end of this year. U.S. House Intelligence Committee Chairman Mike Turner warned in a statement to CBS on Sunday. And now this is important, because this is dealing with all the nations being able to bend the bow, shoot at her, and spare no arrows. And now we also understand that the U.S. and Iran were in a nuclear deal that Trump ended up leaving, and that nuclear deal basically prevented both the U.S. and Iran under, I believe, 5% of uranium-235 production. Uranium-235 is basically the element used for the destruction impact of the nuclear warheads, right? But since the nuclear deal has been, cut off and done away with, basically these nations have been producing that element, or been in the production of that element at a far greater capacity. I believe Iran is at I believe it's 60 to 80%, growth in terms of uranium production, man, right? Which just goes to show you that Yahweh Shai Shai is gearing up these nations for the end in destruction. This is Jeremiah 50 and 22. It says, the sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Right, America is the hammer, right? And it speaks about how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations, right? Because ultimately, the Lord has made them small among the heathen, man. These nations' agricultural, budget has now been geared towards war, man. Which ultimately means we're getting closer and closer into the end that the scriptures speak about America being a memorial. It's 24. Salaki. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh Shai. And this is the point 25. The Lord hath opened his armory, right, which is basically like a weapons cache, right? This is I want to actually grab this in the blue letter to see if I can go into that word armory. Jeremiah 50. And Salakia. $25. Right? This for the word armory. H214. It says Osa. It says treasure storehouse, magazine of weapons. Hey, and the Lord got the clips basically, man. Hey, we understand the scripture speaks about matter of fact, and I'm gonna grab it out of the book of 2nd Esdras, but it speaks about the arrows being shot of a strong archer, right? A magazine of weapons, which is really like the what do you call it? Broken Arrow is a movie, but the silos, they call on Yahweh Shai Shai. Those silos are basically like the mags, while the missiles are the bullets in a sense, right? But it says the magazines of a weapon, figuratively of the Most High's army or armory, right? And we understand he created these weapons to bring forth his fiery indignation, as the scripture says, right? It says, bring forth the weapons of his indignation, for this is the work of the Lord power Yahweh of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. Come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing be left of her. Matter of fact, I gotta grab this in the book of 2nd Esdras. So like this is 2nd Esdras 16. And verse 7, may one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? The mighty Lord send the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? Matter of fact, I'm going to jump down. 13, it says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Hey, speaking of the nukes, man. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. And that does not mean that the whole earth is going to be destroyed. The scriptures tell us that the earth abideth forever. But America will be left forth as a memorial. Hey, but they're also going to get some nukes off, and hit other countries as well. The 16, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Right? So it's just showing forth the symbolism within, the prophets could only describe, the nukes, an advanced technological society, with the words that they had back then, and the closest thing to it is an arrow. And when we go into the book of Joel, when we go into the book of Revelation, it speaks about the nuclear missiles even more, right? Like I said, like a strong people set in a battle array in the book of Joel. And then when we go into the book of Revelation, it tells us a flame, a fire. It says a flame behind them burneth, and a fire. Basically, I'm gonna just grab it. Yeah, this is Joel. It's one in Revelation as well. It speaks about the heads of them, and they do hurt. But let's go back into this article really quick. It says the Ohio Republican claimed that policies pursued by President Joe Biden and his administration in relation to Iran have failed, and suggested that under former president and current Republican nominee Trump, things would be different. It says Tehran could declare itself a nuclear state by the end of the year due to U.S. President Joe Biden's failed policies. And now we understand that the scriptures speak about how Russia is going to be a guard unto these smaller nations. So what Russia is doing strategically is making pacts with these countries to move forth their nukes into their countries to have a closer shot, and a faster destination of the nukes landing and hitting their target than their current home, right? So they'll do deals basically to create a form of protection, not only for the other countries, the little countries, to have forth weapons, to protect themselves, but also to destroy the the common enemy, which is America. It says last month, U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken issued a similar warning, suggesting that it would take Tehran 1 or 2 weeks to get the necessary materials to build a nuclear weapon, which ain't shit, man. 1 or 2 weeks is nothing. Noting that the country had been stockpiling near weapons-grade uranium since the U.S. unilaterally withdrew from the Iran nuclear deal. Exactly what I was just talking about. Officially called the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or the JCPOA. It says after the nuclear agreement was thrown out, instead of being at least a year away from having the breakout capacity of producing fissile material for a nuclear weapon, Iran is now probably 1 or 2 weeks away from doing that. Which I believe that, if they're just saying Iran is 1 or 2 weeks away from doing it, that Iran already has it, because he tries to, limit the power of these nations militarily, because, they spend the most and have the most attention to their military prowess, man. But these nations, Russia is helping a lot of people, man. Russia is helping a lot of nations, so-called get the weapons so a bully isn't fucking with them, man, which is America, right? Let's see. However, Trump pulled out the agreement, describing it as the worst deal ever because, according to him, it failed to actually prevent Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons. That's despite Iran repeatedly stressing that it had no plans to do so, and that its nuclear program was for peaceful purposes. And what that shows you that the heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord. Because though they tried to bring forth proof that they weren't making any weapons of mass destruction, so to speak, or any nukes, guess what? Yahweh Shimon Shah still put it in Trump's mind that, we gotta leave because they're gearing up for war. Showing you that Yahweh Shimon Shah, man, controls everything. All moves geared towards Yahweh Shah's return are being made in the heavens, man. Really, it was already set from the foundation, before the foundation of the world. But nevertheless, man, The Lord is moving strings for the appointed time of the return of his son. You know? So everything is falling right into place, man. And our redemption draweth nigh. Because we understand before nuclear missiles come, we understand the MOTB has to be made mandatory. And right now you're hearing a lot of Israelite groups tell you that the MOTB is not the CH to the IP, man. When it is, the physical mark is the CHIP, man. And any group telling you that that's a lie, hey, flee from these men, man. Because they're going to have a lot of blood on their hands. And they're going to have to account for all of that. Hey, when this device be brought to the city to them. But to get back on the nukes, it says recently Tehran has reiterated that it intends to adhere to its nuclear doctrine, but is warned that it could be forced to reconsider its position if the country's existence is threatened, particularly amid growing tensions with Israel. Right, and that's the thing too. The scripture speaks about the least of the flock drawing them out, man. Israel is a bully, that's flexing on the muscle of their big homie. Right? So nations are tired of both America and Israel. They see them as one. Right? So what are they doing? They're circumventing, their power and gearing up with an enemy. Hey, the saying in the world says, and the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Right? And these nations are sick. They're sick of Israel, causing havoc all in the Middle East, and they're tired of America spreading forth the wine and the wrath of her fornication everywhere, man. The philosophies that America brings forth to these nations is completely demonic. And not only that, these nations are tired of getting sanctions thrown on them and not being able to navigate to create a better economy for their people, right? So a system like the BRICS, which has a bunch of economically diverse resources, right, are trying to create or are creating, a better platform in order to circumvent the U.S. dollar, which ultimately is just creating more heat between these nations in America, which these same nations within the BRICS are going to shoot and spare no arrows as well. It says, we have no decision to build a nuclear bomb, but should Iran's existence be threatened, there would be no choice but to change our military doctrine. Hence, all-out war, man. So, this is beautiful because Yahweh Shema Shai is showing us exactly what we're reading. We're opening the scrolls, the scriptures, and seeing exactly what the prophets of old were writing down through the Spirit, man. Matter of fact, this is Joel 2:3. It says, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, right? Idan, representing a paradise, a quote-unquote sanctuary, a place of pleasures, especially here in America. It says, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, representing power, and as horsemen so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble. As a strong people set in battle array, and it's not talking about a literal army, but talking about the formation of the missiles. It says, before their face the people shall be much pain, all faces shall gather blackness. 7. They shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Meaning the missiles not going to be bumping into each other in the air and exploding, right? Neither shall one thrust another, they shall walk every one on his path. Every missile is set for longitude and latitude, man, right? And Yahweh Shema Shai is perfectly precise. So every place in which the Lord said a nuke is going to hit, guess what? It's going to do exactly that. There's not going to be no miscalculations. It's not going to be no drag from the wind that switches it from its course. No nuclear defense system is going to be able to shoot them down. No, they're going to accomplish exactly what the Lord set forth them to do, which is ultimately, leave this place, as the scripture speaks of in the book of Revelation 18 chapter, man. The smoke of her torment, right? It says, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining, right? And it's because of the clouds. They are going to be covering the sky, you know, the mushroom clouds and the smoke of this place, right? Let's see if it's any more. It looks like that's it right there. Hey, but that's the point, man. You know, they're close to nuclear weapons, just meaning, and yet the end is even closer. You know, the end is even closer. And it's beautiful to watch. It's beautiful to see. Hey, these nations have been oppressing us, and soon Yahweh Shema Shah is going to get us out of the hand of our captor, man. You know, and we'll be free and ruling as a governing body. Lord willing, we be a part of the number of the elect in the kingdom to come, a world without end. You know, so I just want to bring forth this quick lesson through the body. Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakodash. And double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere shalom to Yaki in bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Shalom.